The Junos on 105.9 The Region.
I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. With my foot on the gas just to get away from you. Cause you're walking around like you're made of diamonds.
Hey, it's Robin Road, and the 51st Juno Awards are taking place a week from tomorrow in Toronto. And joining me is an artist who is no stranger to the region, and he's nominated at this year's show for his song Getaway. On the phone with me is Toronto recording artist Karl Wolf. Karl, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, Robbie? Finally, we're doing this.
I know. It's pretty exciting. You got a lot going on, my friend. Let's just kind of narrow it down real quick. So the Junos are coming up May 15th, Budweiser stage. And you've had some past nominations, 2007, 2011, 2012. They were all for R&B Soul Recording of the Year. But this year, it's completely different. You're nominated for Dance Recording of the Year. Tell us about that.
Yeah, really cool, man. I mean, you know what? During the pandemic, for the past 10, 15 years, we've had consistently about 100 to 150 shows a year. And then with the pandemic, everything kind of, stopped. And at that point, I was like, how do I connect with my fans? How do I continue this energy? I went to TikTok and started producing, showing people behind the scenes how I make my music. People don't know that I produce all my stuff. I mix, master it, everything from A to Z. So it was a way to kind of, maybe show a little window into my world and how I produce songs. And at that point, I was like, man, let me try. I always thought, EDM was cool, but it was out of my zone in music. I was always in R&B and hip-hop. And then I tried it, the first attempt at EDM record or Deep House record, which was Getaway. And, we were nominated for Juno. It's crazy.
I love it. It's from the album 2 a.m. Vibes. Like, were you coming up with some of this stuff at 2 a.m.? Gotta
Literally,
ask.
2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Yeah, I think my next album is going to be 3 a.m. Vibes.
I love it. The runoff. I love it. So are you going to be attending the Junos? Because I know you're all over the place. You're shooting videos, and will you be there?
Absolutely, I will be there. Red carpet, the whole thing. It's going to be a fun one. And it's in Toronto, and it's in person finally. So, the pandemic is, hopefully it's over, but whatever. At least we're moving forward, and the world is opening up. It's really cool.
And Budweiser stage is really cool. It's a great venue, so it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let me ask you a little off the record. Couple of questions. Artists are no strangers to tattoos. You've got a bunch.
Yeah.
Now, do you recall what your first tattoo was and why you got it?
Yeah, it's a tribal tattoo on my left arm, on my left bicep, and basically I designed it. It's got a treble clef, bass clef in there with a chaotic tribal tattoo in the middle, and that just signifies my hectic life, my family leaving Lebanon during the Civil War, but music kept it together, and I'm the breadwinner of the whole family. I've been supporting my parents. I retired them, actually, because of music, so it just reminds me of my struggles, hustle, and winning in the end.
That's amazing, because giving back to family is so important, especially if they supported you through the years as best they could.
Absolutely, man.
Now, another question for you. So, I've asked different artists like Sam Roberts and stuff. I said, during the pandemic, aside from the music aspect of things, did you take up any other hobbies? Like Sam Roberts, he's got a green thumb now. And, and I don't mean 420 green. I mean, he's actually growing vegetables in his backyard. How about yourself?
Wow. I think for me, it was a little bit more of a cooking situation. I started learning how to cook more and just doing tutorials with Chef Ramsay and that sort of thing, the master classes. I went into cooking, I enjoy it. It's artistic, it's creative. It's the same thing like music, sort of. You start with some ingredients like kick, snare, bass, and then you make it happen. It's all creative. It's really cool.
I love it. Now, before we let you go, you've got the new song, No Privacy. It dropped April 8th. Tell us briefly about that.
Absolutely. So, No Privacy, it's a remake of Rockwell's Somebody's Watching Me. We started shooting the video, and we had, Alexa as one of the girls in it. The surprise was that it was Alexa who's watching me the whole time and just, invading my privacy. I think these days, man, it's like our phones are everything. We have to have our phones with us, but they're also tracking us. So, a lot of people are into, their freedoms these days. So I just thought it would be very
fitting.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's cool. Why don't you tell us where we can find more of No Privacy and yourself?
There's definitely no privacy these days for me. So, and I'm happy about that because there was a lot of privacy in the past 2 years during the pandemic. So the website is karlwolf.com, but mainly my socials are most important, which is Karl Wolf with an S. Everything that I have is Karl Wolf with an S at the end. So Karl Wolf.
I love it. Thanks, Karl.
A celebration of Canadian music. The Junos on 105.9 The Region.